All right, welcome everybody to Who's Your Band. I am Jeffrey Paul. I am joined here by my co-host Sean Morton. How are you, Sean?
Better than now that I'm talking to you, Jeffrey.
That's nice to hear. You know who also joined by today? We also have our producer in the house, Adam Holz. He's got a new haircut. He looks like he's in third grade. You know, he looks like Opie Taylor from the Andy Griffith Show in his 30s. Like this is what
he looks like a retail worker at Banana Republic on Fire Island.
Come on, that's almost like a compliment.
I'm just saying he's a very handsome, well put together gay man. That's all I'm saying.
He looks more like a guy who would like go to a Baptist church but doesn't really fit in, but like is trying really hard to fit in.
You know, he reminds me of a little bit Johnny Cakes from The Sopranos.
Oh my God.
Little Johnny Cakes. He looks like a guy who's going to wear khakis, okay, but he's wearing like a size 42 khakis, and that flannel shirt is tucked in with a business belt.
That's bad. We don't have to do the topic. I can do this all episode if you really want.
The whole thing. This is what Adam looks like. I was looking through some pictures on my phone yesterday with my wife. I was showing her stuff, and they showed her a picture of Adam, and it was a picture of me and you. Remember when we went to go see Daryl Hall and Elvis Costello, and how disappointing that show was?
Yeah.
Like Adam and I had great seats. We were sitting literally next to the sound guy, so we have the best sound in the place. Elvis Costello sound. Remember, like me and him were sitting there going, "Can you actually hear it?" Like it was so bad, so mumbled.
It was such a bad mix.
And we didn't even stay for all of Daryl Hall. He sounded awful.
That's how I felt about Nine Inch Nails. It was just horribly muffled and mixed terribly.
But it was like Daryl Hall wasn't the mix. It just he sounded bad. He did not sound like Daryl Hall.
Yeah, that's kind of, well, you got to remember too. He's got to be in his early 70s at this point.
He's in the late 70s now.
You think so? Yeah, I mean, so you got to give him a little credit. But John Fogerty don't sound that bad. He's like 82.
He sounds good.
John Fogerty sounds like you're playing a record still.
Fuck, I love John Fogerty.
He's on my bucket list. I gotta see him. He's one of the very few on the bucket list right now.
I saw him a few years ago. Well, more than that. But I saw him like probably in the 90s, and he was really such a great concert. It was like him and Tom Petty with two concerts that just like every song. They're great. There's nothing flashy. It's just great musicianship and great songs.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I see Chris Stapleton live. He's the same way. You can feasibly put your headphones on when he starts a song and play that song, and it is identical to the studio versions.
Yeah, and then you can kind of get lost in his eyes.
You can't see his eyes. He's a very hairy man, Jeffrey.
He's a very so is Adam. So,
well, Adam is a very manicured bear.
Adam in the gay community, Adam is definitely a bear.
Oh yeah,
he is. Yeah, you're a bear. You're a daddy.
In the gay community, Jeff, you're what's called a sloppy party bottom.
I just doesn't that sound nasty? Sloppy party bottom sounds like I need to take a shower immediately.
Well, you've been showered in something, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to venture what the sloppy part is, but it just sounds really nasty, and I don't know if I really want to be associated with it.
Well, too late, buddy. It sounds word on the street.
Yeah, a sloppy party bottom, and you would be kind of like I don't know. You'd be a kind of mixture between a bear and a twink.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Sean has like cherub-like features.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I shaved my face. I shaved my face. I walked into work, and they go, "Can I help you?" And she did a double take.
Yeah, you got a baby face, but in the summertime you're wearing shorts. You got like the kind of chubby legs you just want to pinch.
Oh yeah, they're horrible. Horrible.
Big pinchable, stupid legs.
Oh, fat Popeye kid.
Fat legs. Yeah, but that's not what today's episode's about. This is 6 years I think we're doing this episode. Mm-hmm. And every year, and it's one of my favorite ones to do, and the two guys are the guys I want to talk about this with the most, is this episode is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame list came out, and there is a lot of buzz about this year's list. So we'd like to give our take on the 5 nominees that who 5 bands that we would pick out of this out of, I think, the 17.
17.
There's 17 names on the
17, yeah. Yep.
Now here's the question I have: are you just going by your favorites that you want to see in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or the 5 that you genuinely think belong in the Hall of Fame?
For me, I'm going who I think deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'm doing the same.
And I got to tell you, when I look at this list, to me it's infuriating. And second of all, it's only the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by name. This is not, I mean, I think we could, there are acts on here that clearly are not rock and roll. If we all managed a record store and I gave you like these records and say, put it in the rock and roll section, you say it's not rock and roll. Like Sade. There's nothing wrong with Sade. I like Sade. Her music it's sexy. It has a very sexy, cool vibe. She is as far away from rock and roll as I can think of.
Correct.
So am I safe to say that it's not, if this is on your list, Adam, I will rip your hair out.
No, Sade is not on my list. But I got to say, though, I think there's only 8 bands on here that are actually true rock and roll bands or singers.
Well, let's go over that then. That's a good point. So let's go from the top. Black Crowes,
rock and roll. Yep.
We'll go Jeff Buckley, rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Which, by the way, the documentary on HBO is phenomenal to watch. I just watched it.
I can't get crazy over Jeff Buckley. Put out 2 albums?
One album.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, listen, I guess it was good. There's musicianship there, but I mean, I can't get crazy over a guy who put out 1 album.
It was a monster, just perfect record, kind of like Amy Winehouse, and one of those situations too, where what would they have done? Are they blown up because they're gone so young? Is the question. I mean, but I think Jeff had an amazing future ahead of him.
I think. With that, I think a lot that is like more like Nirvana, what could have been, and I think that made their legacy grow. Mariah Carey, I know she's your girl, Sean.
Yep.
She is not rock and roll.
Not rock and roll. Queen of my heart, but not rock and roll.
I guess I'm going to say Phil Collins. Adam, you put him in your list of rock and roll, right?
Yeah. He kind of straddles the line between rock and pop, but I think I'd put him in rock.
He had some rock songs, so we'll put him at rock. Melissa Etheridge, I'd say rock.
Rock.
100%.
Okay. There is no freaking way Lauryn Hill is rock and roll. She is what Adam, I mean, you're probably the more forgiving out of the two of us. Do you see anything rock and roll in Lauryn Hill?
No.
I think she had a big album as a solo artist. I think she had bigger success as part of the Fugees.
Right.
And, I don't think she had a long enough solo career, put out enough for even, I don't know how she gets nominated on this list. When you have, these are the bands that are not ever nominated who should be on this list. Styx is never on this list. And if you're going to make it, if you put in Foreigner and you put in Journey, okay, Styx is every bit the equal as those 2 bands, okay? But they don't even get a nomination. Jethro Tull, if you're going to put in a band like Yes, you got to at least consider Jethro Tull for the longevity and the amount of albums and the iconic songs that they have. So those are 2 bands that come right to mind that have never been nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but yet they're put in Lauryn Hill. All right, Billy Idol, rock and roll?
Rock and roll.
Got to go rock. In Excess, rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Maiden, definitely rock and roll.
Yep.
Joy Division.
Nope.
What do you?
Alternative.
They're not rock. What would you put them at, Adam?
That's a tough one. I think a New Order I wouldn't put as rock. Joy Division.
Is it alternative?
Yeah, Joy Division would probably be alternative. New Order is more dance, but I guess alternative also.
I mean, a song like Blue Monday. What's that song? True Love. It's a great song.
Bizarre Love Triangle.
True Faith. And a Bizarre Love Triangle is definitely a more of a dance song. But they have some songs that have a little bit of edge to it. New Edition.
Nope.
Come on, man. I mean, I love New Edition. I love them as a kids. I love them when they got older. They are absolutely. They're more R&B.
Were you blasting Candy Girl when you were driving around in your Firebird with your Dio jacket on, and then when you would pull up to the peak, you'd switch
not Candy Girl. I like to Cool It Now.
Oh yeah.
Gotta cool it now. Hold it back. Okay. Yeah, I know a song I love by them. Can You Feel the Rain and Is It Love? Those are two
I will tell you, I actually like Bobby Brown's solo stuff. Do you like Bobby?
You're a Roni. Are you a Roni?
I don't like
Roni.
Roni. Roni was not good.
And the Roni.
My Prerogative is an amazing song.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing song.
My Prerogative. Yeah. But it's not rock and roll. It's a good song, not rock and roll. Oasis, rock and roll.
Yep, 100%. Rock and roll.
100%.
How about this one I find interesting? Pink.
Rock singer, pop star.
Mm-hmm.
Difference.
Adam, you agree?
Yep.
Okay. So when you include,
I don't put her under the rock and roll category.
Did you, Adam?
No, I don't have her under rock.
And I think we can all just read and just go nope for the last four, right?
Yeah. I mean,
so that's 8.
I mean, Shakira, I don't know, but like Luther, he's played on rock albums. You know, he's famously known for singing backup and touring early on with Bowie. He's a great background singer. My favorite Bowie song, "Young Americans," but he's R&B, and Wu-Tang is rap. It's not rock and roll. So I think if we're going to be true to what this is supposed to be, and again, I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has jumped the shark years ago. But this year, it's really, I mean, we have 17 bands here, or 17 acts, and maybe half of them, we're being very gracious with a couple of them. We're putting in the rock category.
I could put 8 very easily into this Hall of Fame, but I'm picking 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So go ahead. Who are we going with first?
I'm not going to put them in any order either.
You're not going in any order.
I'm just going to go random. And
let's go with your first one.
My easiest pick is Oasis.
Yep.
And the reason I'm going Oasis the easiest pick is because the way the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2 is going is they are always going to put people into the Hall of Fame when they are on a big reunion tour, mm-hmm. when they've just gotten back together, or if somebody else in that vein got in the year before too. So like when Pat Benatar played with Nirvana and Dave Grohl said, "How the hell are you not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?" Mysteriously, the next year she got in.
You know, so I mean, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was shamed for putting her in. You know, they had to do it. How you putting in Missy Elliott? How you putting in Janet Jackson? Even Joan Jett before Pat Benatar. That was
I agree with that.
Was
so I think what they do is they do that, and they also do people who they think are going to be gone in a few years too. That this is probably their last chance of getting in. So my first thing is this because no one ever thought they were getting back together again. You know, no one ever thought they were getting back together. They pulled off this monstrous tour, which everybody thought, yeah, all right, great, you named the tour, but
we on tour for 25 years. Yeah, there's going to be a demand.
Well, it's not only that, they just know the volatility between the brothers too. No one thought that this was actually even going to happen. You know what I mean? But apparently the shows were phenomenal. And I think they're actually working on new music too. So, I mean, for me, that was the first pick that jumped out at me. That was an immediate lock for going in.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to put Sean and Adam. I'm not ready to commit to it yet. Adam, who would you go with?
Well, first, I just want to say something about Oasis. I think this is their third year on the ballot. And I would have said 2 years ago, no way for them. Right. This reunion tour changed it. I got to see them at MetLife, one of the best shows I saw last year. And it completely changed it. I think that there's 3 shoo-ins I have, or should be shoo-ins.
Just go one. Just go one right now.
All right. So mine, Phil Collins, I would say, for a shoo-in.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a no-brainer. But, I mean, you got to figure, I think he sold 150 million records in the 80s and just hit after hit after hit. And plus just generational too. I mean, you have, boomers know him, Gen X knows him, millennials, Gen Z, and they all know him for different things. Like either, and pushing aside Genesis, just all of his 80s hits, plus his switch over to, all his soundtrack work, all the Disney work he did. I mean, it was surprising to me that this is the first year he's on the ballot.
And you know what?
Me too.
I'll go out on a limb and say, you obviously have your Michael Jackson and your Madonna, the 2 biggest hit makers of the 80s, right? Yeah. I can't say that Phil Collins can't be third on that list.
Yeah. Oh, I think
I completely agree.
I think I may even put him over Madonna. I mean, Phil Collins, if you look at, first of all, I think you could say Phil Collins may have even been bigger than Genesis. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Into the early 90s. But every other song, every other year, it was either Phil Collins or it was Genesis. There wasn't a time when Phil Collins wasn't relevant. And like Adam said, it was soundtracks. It was records with either one. I'm shocked that he's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then to follow up on both you guys' point about, I think you said it, Sean, about people who, are in trouble health-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Phil Collins. Have you seen him? I mean, he's in old 70s. Like, really has some problem.
He can't walk anymore.
He 100% be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It was brutal seeing those videos of him fronting Genesis on that final tour.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
When he's in the chair?
In the chair, with the lyrics next to him. And
and he can't play the drum.
Frail.
Yeah.
All right, so me and Adam are 2 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Jeff should do his first 2 because me and Adam are the same on those 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys are going to be with me on this. I mean, to me, it's an absolute disgrace. It's borderline disgusting and absolutely pathetic that Maiden isn't in. I don't know how you don't put Iron Maiden. You put Judas Priest. First of all, heavy metal always gets the short end of the stick. They, doesn't get the respect that it deserves. It doesn't get the respect that it deserves with the Grammys. And Maiden, with Maiden, it's like even in this nomination process is kind of almost borderline embarrassing. And let me give you what I'm talking about. So when they put in Kiss, the only members they put in with Kiss was the 4 original. Even though Tommy and Eric have been in the band, longer than Ace and Peter. Okay, that wasn't the right thing to do. But even more erroneous was with Sabbath. They put in the 4 originals. How do you not put Dio in there, who sang on 4 records? 2 of them, monster records, one of which is a game changer in heavy metal, in Heaven and Hell. How is Dio not included in that group? And by the way, if you're going to nominate Shakira, you think maybe one year you could put Dio in? Not okay, Dio, who's one of my favorite old-time singers. But the thing with Maiden is they put everybody. You got Paul Di'Anno, you got that Jers, you got Dennis Stratton. Know who's not nominated? Know who's not listed in the Maiden group there?
Blaze Bayley.
Blaze Bayley. Right. Yeah. Now, Blaze Bayley has sang on multiple Maiden albums. You know how many records Dennis Stratton has played on?
Listen, Gary Sharon's not in the Hall of Fame with Van Halen either. Just because you're a part of the band for a certain period of time doesn't mean you're going to be a lock to go into the Hall of Fame.
I know, but how do you
Jason Newsted from Metallica was not inducted.
That's criminal.
Trujillo
That's
was, but not Jason Newsted.
Who do you say?
Robert Trujillo is inducted, but not Jason Newsted.
See, that makes no sense. Like Newsted played on bigger albums than Robert Trujillo, and
he
you know
played
they all
on the
should
Black album.
Yeah, the defining, really one of the defining, maybe one of the most perfect metal albums ever recorded. He's not, how is Jason Newsted? Well, this is how I could see how he's not. If he left on bad terms, sometimes like someone from the band, a leader of the band, would get into someone's ear at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and say, "Hey, leave this guy off or include this guy in."
It's called Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses didn't show up to the Hall of Fame.
What does that have to do with it?
When you have people in bands who aren't,
What does that have to do with Metallica?
Because Jason Newsted didn't go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame either.
Are you following him? No, are you having a stroke or in the middle of the show?
A stroke? No, I think the pen kicked in. I was trying to make a point, and then I caught it halfway and said, "Oh shit, this is the complete opposite of what I'm trying to get at." And I tried to save myself really quick, and there was no way I was coming out of that.
I like how you
on the cutting room floor, Adam.
All right.
No, you do not. You leave it in. Because the best part is Sean is trying to be like all like intellectual. Like he's trying to be like a guy with glasses. Like, listen, what you don't understand, well, you're not following at this juncture in the conversation that we are speaking at such. You know, he's like,
that was synapse. It's okay. I'm back.
That was terrible. But yeah, I think we all got to agree, man. Maiden,
Maiden's on my list too.
Same here.
Like it's a joke that they're not. And you know what the thing is with Maiden? If they get in this year, you know they're not going. They don't care. They don't need the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No, they'll be there for sure. They'll be there.
I bet you Bruce is there.
100% will be there.
No, I don't think so.
So why don't you do this, Jeff?
I hope so, and I hope they play. That would be amazing.
You picked Maiden. Who's your next pick?
Now it starts to get hard, but I think this may surprise you guys.
Okay.
I'm going to go Melissa Etheridge.
Okay, that is not a surprise because had I had 8 picks, Melissa Etheridge is 1,000% in those 8 picks. But she was one of the 3 that I cut. I've been a fan of hers, dude, since her first record.
Oh, the first record's great. Absolutely.
And honest to God, she's one of the very few artists that I truly like that I have every single record of hers. I've seen her a bunch of times, just unbelievable talent, but just not for me this year.
She has that rasp. She has the songs. She's a real singer-songwriter. She's rock and roll. I gotta say, I keep going back. It's like when I compare people in the Baseball Hall of Fame. If you're gonna put Joan Jett in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, who most of her hits, her biggest hits, are not even her own, how do you not put Melissa Etheridge in there? And she had some really huge hit. Coming to My Window was a huge hit, and she's done it, a couple of decades now. It's not like she was like a flash.
91 she started. I remember the first record. It was such an
She Loved You, a phenomenal song.
And her second record to this day is still one of my favorite records. Brave and Crazy.
Right. And, listen, it's also, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has to be politically correct. She checks all the boxes, man. I don't know how she's not in.
Dude, I agree with you. It just, for me, she was on the cutting room floor. She was one of the 3 I cut.
Wow. All right.
Now, hold on. I'm intervening because Adam have 3 picks out already.
Yeah.
So we want to bring you up to speed. Why don't you give us your 3rd pick?
So both you guys, Sean, you're not down with Melissa Etheridge, right?
No, I am not down with Melissa Etheridge. No.
What about you, Adam?
Maiden as well.
That was a tough one too. I think she gets in. I don't think she gets in this year. Sheryl Crow got in. I think Melissa Etheridge has got to, but she's not on my list.
Is she on your list? She's not. Okay, so I'm on an island on this one.
You're on the island.
I guess I'm
kind of, sort of. I agree with your pick, but I just couldn't put her in my 5.
I think this is going to be another one that you guys are going to be a little surprised with me on. Oh, actually, I don't. I think In Excess should really be in.
Yep.
They, you know, every record that they put out was a banger. Okay, they changed their sound. They grew as artists. Michael Hutchins, a phenomenal frontman. They had the songs. I don't know how you leave this band out. I think they've been ignored for too many years. To me, there is no doubt about it. You know, if the Cars are in, and the Cars absolutely deserve to be in, I think In Excess is kind of like a notch below them, but really, you know, in the same breath, you got to put In Excess in. What do you guys think?
Adam?
Yeah, I had them also. I had them on my list. I think and this is another one that I was surprised that this is the first time they're being nominated. But I mean, Kick was such a monster album.
Phenomenal album. Shabu Shaba, another great album.
Listen,
what
like
do you think, Sean? Another great one. Yeah.
I love the band. I truly love the band. I don't think they belong in the Hall of Fame.
Why?
I think there's I don't know. I mean, at some point, I think they'll get in, but I would never put them in at a 10 on this list.
You know, Michael Hutchins dated Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kylie Minogue. Is that what you said?
I did say Kylie Minogue. Yes.
And I'm stoned. Is that what you're saying? Or you're just having a stroke? What is it?
No. I'm always like a syllable off of what the person's name really should be.
Yeah, you're on like a 4-second delay from where your brain hits your mouth.
I just know it was a girl she was English and she had a lot of teeth, like maybe 3 teeth too many for her mouth.
All right, so you guys picked In Excess. So that's Adam's got 4 in.
I got 4.
Jeff's got 3 in.
But we only got 2 bands that we all agree on so far.
No, 3.
Who's the third one?
Didn't we picked Oasis? Oh no, you didn't pick Oasis. That's right. You're right. Okay, so we only have 2.
I'm on the fence with them right now. Okay. I could come back to you guys, but we got Phil Collins and Maiden. I'm by myself with Melissa Etheridge, and In Excess is Adam and me. You left them off for some insane reason. Yes. All right, Sean. Tell me you're going with Luther Vandross right now. I'm driving to New Jersey.
I'm not going with Luther Vandross, but we have our 2 rock people. We have our kind of pop rock guy in Phil Collins. There has to be a female to be inducted.
Pretty much no.
I know where he's going.
I'm going with Pink.
No. You love Pink.
I'm going with Pink for the simple reason of, even though Mariah Carey has the career of a lifetime, I think this is Pink's first year of eligibility, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And I think that she's she's as big as of a pop star as Lady Gaga is, in my opinion. She's very extremely underrated and doesn't get as much credit as she deserves because of
coming out. She's a tough gal who takes no guff.
Correct. She's so what? She's still a rock star.
Hey, it's use your hand.
It's you and your hand. You are a terrible music podcast host. How do you fuck up names and song titles as much as you do?
Because it's like Pink. Am I really supposed to focus on Pink?
I think she goes in, and I think that she's the big name that goes. I think that she's the marquee name that goes in.
What do you think, Adam?
I don't think she goes in this year. This is her first nominee. I don't know. I thought you were going somewhere else, and I think
so did I.
I think the other
Mariah goes in, but I think she goes in a little later on in her life. I think she goes in about 5 years.
Why should she go in at all? Because she's going.
She is the highest selling female pop star of all time still.
Okay, but
as far as radio,
there is a music hall of fame. There's an R&B hall of fame. There's a hip hop hall of fame. And this is the rock and roll hall of fame.
My God. we get it. We know your stance. It doesn't mean shit. This is what it is. She will get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't think she goes in yet. I think Pink has crossed over way more into pop culture than Mariah Carey ever did, too. So I think that's another reason why. Plus, here's another reason. Remember I said there's always an ulterior motive? Kelly Clarkson is retiring the Kelly Clarkson show, and Pink is taking over as the new daytime
even less reason to go in the Rock and Roll.
No, I'm telling you, there's always an ulterior motive with some people getting into the Hall of Fame. Does she belong?
Sean, yes. MC Search from Third Base had a talk show. Should he get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No, what I'm saying is she has the career behind it. She's still extremely relevant. She still sells out stadiums at this point. Not even arenas. She's selling out stadiums.
I'm not denying that she's big.
She's going to be starting the daytime talk show of all daytime talk shows. She goes in as the main attraction.
Kind of on. I'm not giving my endorsement on that yet because a couple of others I'd like to get to see what you guys think. Adam, who are you going with another one?
Well, this will be his final.
Yeah. I've already got 4. This is the toughest one, picking out that 5th, because I'm trying to go with who I think, not who personally I would want to see in.
Right.
I think, that's showing you had a good argument for Pink going in, and I think there's going to be 1 or 2 curveballs in here, but I don't know. I just keep thinking Mariah Carey's going in.
Wow,
I would love it. If I'm picking personals, I take Mariah over Pink any day, but I'm thinking, just by the fact on that one.
That I did not see coming. Putting that down
I didn't
for
see
Adam.
that coming either, actually.
Yeah, Adam's on an island on that one, just like my Melissa Etheridge pick.
Who's your number 4, Jeff?
Well, I think I have 4. I agree with you guys with Phil Collins. I threw out Iron Maiden. I threw out Melissa Etheridge. I agreed with Adam In Excess. In Excess.
In Excess.
Right. So that's 4. My 5th one, I think it's got to be Billy Idol. I don't know how you don't put Billy Idol in there. You talk about guy from the 80s and 90s. He had huge hit with Rebel Yell. He did do soundtracks. One of the all-time great guitarists is in the band. Played on Michael Jackson, Dirty Diana, Scott Stevens.
Steve
around.
Stevens. Steve
what did I call
Stevens.
Stevens was on the Devils.
Scott Stevens. That's 3 fucking times on one episode.
This is what I do. Okay, you know who I'm talking about, right? Steve Stevens, not Scott Stevens. Scott Stevens was defenseman for the Devils, knocked out Lindros. Probably should have done a little more prep with names on this episode.
Yeah,
but how do you not put Billy Idol in? I mean, again, he personifies rock and roll. He has the snare. Am I by myself on this?
No, you're not. Remember when I said that I picked 8 and then I cut it down to 5? You had Melissa Etheridge. You had the Black Crowes, and then you had Billy Idol. Those were the 3 that I cut out of my top 8. So
he didn't make it.
I don't think that you're far off. I think that he does deserve it, and I'm on the fence with it. But I did not pick him as my 5th. But
so here's my 5. Just to recap real quick, I got Phil Collins, Iron Maiden, Melissa Etheridge, In Excess, Billy Idol. Adam has Oasis, so I'm not going to go with Oasis. Adam got Oasis. Phil Collins, he has Maiden, he has In Excess, Mariah Carey. What's that?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Okay, Sean has Oasis, Phil Collins, Maiden, Pink. Sean, you need one more.
I know I do. I'm glad you made me go last with this one.
Why am I getting nervous? Why am I getting? He already threw out Pink.
You should get nervous.
Oh, if it's what I think it is, yeah, then he's lost all credibility on this show.
The Wu-Tang Clan is going into the Rock and Roll.
Fucking knew it. Oh, I knew it. What a
I don't
jerk.
agree with it. I don't agree with it, but it is clear as day that they're going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Why? Come on.
Biggest rap group of all time. Put out probably one of the biggest rap records of all time, the 36 Chambers. Their founder just died the other day. Again, another tie-in. I kind of sound like a conspiracy theory.
More stay in the time in because their drummer died.
Well, that's different. You know what I mean? But no, I think as far as a cultural significance out of everybody else on here, they're the biggest culturally profound band for a whole genre. I think they have to go in.
Yeah.
I totally disagree. This is fundamentally wrong. It's so depressing. You know,
I'm not saying that they do that I agree with it. Like I said, if you want to go just for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you got to say, okay, Iron Maiden, INXS, Billy Idol, Oasis, and the Black Crowes. You don't even put Phil Collins into that because he was on pop radio. That's, again, you can't do that. This is all encompassing, and they have allowed every other genre in the world into there. If you're looking at this whole list, is there one artist that was as significant to one genre than Wu-Tang Clan? No, there isn't.
I mean,
you can say Maiden with metal. You can say Maiden with metal, but there were bigger metal bands. They were the biggest.
What about Public Enemy, Run DMC?
They were great. They were big, but I think the biggest one is still Wu-Tang Clan.
At least Run DMC and Public Enemy. Public Enemy did something with Anthrax, which was rock, right?
Yeah, Bring the Noise. They covered Bring the Noise.
Run DMC did something with Aerosmith. Wu-Tang Clan, they're just pure hip hop. I'm not saying, listen, it's not my kind of music. Okay, but they shouldn't be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's why you have an R&B and a Rap Hall of Fame.
Jeff, I have understand this. You keep saying this every year, but you have to just solidify the fact that there are going to be other people besides rock bands in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're never going to change it to the Music Hall of Fame. It's going to always, it's a brand, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's just a brand at this point with a museum.
What they really need to do is open up it should be called the true Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's what they should do.
And you got to induct Styx in first, right?
I think Styx deserves. I think Styx deserves to be in over Mariah Carey, over Lauryn Hill, over Joy Division, over New Edition, over Pink, over Sade, over Shakira, over Luther Vandross, over Wu-Tang Clan. Yes.
The only one I will disagree with is Mariah Carey. The rest of them I will agree with.
Right, because you have your little fancy about Mariah Carey.
More hits.
And then when you got a chance to meet her, you couldn't talk because you were so awestruck.
Jeff, I'm going to break down the fourth wall over here, okay? If you think that this is like some sort of fake, obsession with Mariah Carey, okay? I'm in my office right now. I consider this the podcast studio. Now I'm going to reach over and show you what I stare at while I'm recording this podcast.
Is that Mariah Carey?
My autographed Mariah Carey picture, yes.
Yeah, you like that. Did you ever see Don't Mess with the Zohan?
No, I don't watch that shit.
Yeah, she was in that. She was great in a movie called Precious. You ever see Precious?
She was great in Precious, actually.
Yeah. It was about the female.
You don't remember my old joke that I used to do?
No.
Back when I first started doing comedy, and I didn't realize how fucking offensive it is, I would say they don't make cool Halloween costumes for fat people because they put you in in scrubs or make you into a clown. It's expensive to make your own costume. Do you know how much money I spent in shoe polish to turn into Precious? It was like in my first year or two doing comedy.
Could you have used more words to set up that joke?
I'm a storyteller, Jeff. I don't pull them out of truly tasteless 101 like you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, Bill Cosby. I remember when I would want to do the impressions. I wanted to do the Lizzo. And I got some shoe polish. I put it on my face, and then I go with the screw pop.
You are a terrible, terrible human being. I hope you understand that.
Yeah.
But I love you.
Thank you.
Well, I would suggest what we do is write these picks down.
I have it written down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I got it.
We'll definitely do a follow-up episode after the winners are announced. Not for the actual ceremony, but when they make the
it gets announced in April, and then they put a show together for the fall, November. Early fall. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. But let me tell you something. I mean, if I see Sade, Shakira, Luther Vandross, if I see them, I'm done with the rock and roll.
You're not going to see them. Jeff, count out how many different names we have picked out total.
Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You will get your 5 out of that 9. But who's to say that 5? I think we're doing 6. You know what I mean? I think you will see the majority of those.
5 or 6. I think it's 5.
I don't think they only do 5. I think they do more than that. Yeah. But you will see most of those picks off our list for sure.
Okay, well, we are in agreement with only 2, which would be Phil Collins and Iron Maiden. And I got to tell you, with the way the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame conducts itself, I'm not 100% sure that Maiden's getting in.
Yeah. I'm not either, but I think that they deserve to go in.
And I will support this every year until they're in.
So here's the thing. So we all said Maiden. If we had to pick one other pick, who would you pick?
That's tough. If I had to pick one other one, you may crucify me on this one, but I'm probably going Joy Division, New Order.
Okay, that's fine. Adam?
You know, the thing is, Black Crowes, to me, I just don't think they have enough.
Yeah, I agree with that. I love them, but I don't think they have the shelf life.
Right. I mean, they have a few songs. I don't know what impact they've really made on music. I think New Order and Joy Division definitely that. You know, they were up there in that electronic sound that in the alternative clubs. So I think when it comes to music, if we're going to go with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they're more rock and roll than Luther Vandross or Wu-Tang is. So I'll go Joy Division, New Order. How about you guys?
Adam?
Well, with Joy Division, I think I mean they're so influential. They at some point they're going to go in. I don't know if they're going to go in, they're going to get voted in, or it's going to be whatever that musical experience thing is. But I'm probably going Billy Idol. And I think Jeff, I mean, it's a lot of what you said too. He just personifies rock and roll. I think he's going in.
Yeah, I'm going with that too. Actually, I think it's when I look at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I also take into consideration the pop culture aspect of it too.
Yeah,
and he's just a monster pop culture icon. You know, you could put his pitch. I mean, Matt Rife's fucking tour poster right now.
That's right.
Is a knockoff of Billy Idol's album cover, "Charmed Life."
Good call on that. Yep.
You know, so he's got that pop culture shit. I think more than a lot of the other people that are on the list. So I would replace if I had to replace Maiden, knowing that they're not going to go in. I would put Billy Idol in.
He was in The Wedding Singer.
He had a great part in The Wedding Singer too.
Yeah. So
great actor. Not really.
Anyway, listen. This was a good one. This was a good debate. Again, an interesting list to say the least, and a disappointing one to say the least as well.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's all part of the fun.
Yeah,
you're right. I would like to see more rock acts be represented in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I would too.
That's my 2 cents.
We got a couple good ones this year.
Yeah. All right, gents. Next week.
Later.
Next week. All right. Take care, everybody. You know what? Tell us what you think. Put it in comments. Let us know, who do you think should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame based on.
You put your top 5 with an alternative at the end.
Yeah, we would like that. And you know what? Maybe what I'll do is I'll take this list and I'll put it on social media and see what people say, and maybe we'll get back to that next week.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do the same thing tomorrow. We'll save it for tomorrow. We'll both post it.
All right, that's dope.
It's fresh. See you later, guys.